Welcome to Down the Vale. It's episode 10 with myself, Conor McCloskey, and we have a super guest for you today in Cristian Montaño. We've decided that it's going to be a two-parter rather than the usual one. So part one will be kind of Cristian's upbringing, everything Livingston, and part two will be kind of career-based, and we'll go from there. So
perfect.
Thank you very much for coming on, first and foremost.
Thank you for having me, and I appreciate your time.
It's good to get the story out. Obviously, you've been at the club for a few years now and things as well, so one of the more respected boys within the dressing room and everything. So
yeah, I would like to think so. I've been here, I think, just over 4 years now, going to my fifth year, and I've enjoyed my time here. Love the place, the fans. I get on really well with everyone around here as well. So, and to be fair, since day one, my stay here and the way I was welcome was pretty smooth, and being able to settle down in Scotland.
Yeah.
And it makes it a lot easier when you're moving from club to clubs. And to be fair, I've been fortunate as well that I spent 4 years at Down the Vale where I was settled, and then obviously the opportunity came to come to Livingston, and it was made within 2 weeks after I got off the call with the gaffer. I just said to the missus, I said, okay, we're going to go and have any experience in Scotland. Packed the stuff, went back to Down the Vale, spoke to them, because I was in conversation about a new contract as well there.
Yep.
And the way the conversation was going, I just thought, you know what, let's just pack and go.
Different.
Yeah.
Brave.
I know.
Brave. We'll go back to the start first. Let's kind of go to kind of life in Colombia. What was life like for Cristian Montaño?
Colombia, man. I think Colombia was an eye-opening upbringing. Obviously, I was born in Colombia. I love the country. Obviously, I still got family there, but my upbringing was challenging in a way, even though from my mum and my dad's family side, I was fortunate enough to have everything that I sort of wanted as a kid. With the little resources that we had, I was fortunate enough to have everything I wanted. And I was raised right, but away from the house is the challenging part. What you're exposed to, what you see, and the environment that you're surrounded yourself in. And obviously, because as a kid, when you're seeing certain things, you know, you just gravitate towards danger.
Yeah.
And you find those things fascinating.
Thrill.
And that's what was me. That was me, really. And I've seen people obviously get shot. And as a young kid, obviously that's traumatizing, but it was just the surroundings and the sort of life that was outside my household and in the streets.
Yeah.
And as much as you play football and that you see all the motorbikes, you see what other kids are getting up to, and then you tend to think that's the way forward. And it was challenging, like I said, in a way people I surrounded myself with as a young kid.
Was that like that kind of through school and things like that as well? Was that?
No, school was fine. It was away from school.
Yeah.
Even though I've always been someone very focused, very driven from a young age, but I always found that other side intriguing. Like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
What's going on over there? I'm seeing kids on motorbikes and the fast life and all of that from a distance, and then you start asking questions. And I was about 7 years old, but yes, it's young, but in Colombia, kids tend to grow quicker due to the fact that everyone knows everyone.
Yeah.
As soon as sunrise, every house is open. So you're out in the streets and mingling with all different type of people and whatnot. So I started hanging out with not so good guys older than me at the time as well. And
is it easier to be influenced because they are older as well?
Yeah, it's easier to be influenced, and it's just, like I said, it's just what you see as well.
Yeah.
And then it was up to, I was still playing football, because my uncle had a football team called Calidad Total, and it was easy. I was getting dragged to go train, and just to keep me away from that life. And I enjoyed football. I've always loved to play football, but like I said, you always tend to think, what are they doing, and intrigue, and you want to know more, and you want to know more. But I was playing my football, but not hanging around with maybe someone I shouldn't be hanging around with. And it was up to a point where one of those kids got killed. And that's when my mum, obviously, around this time, my mum had to leave the country due to family reasons as well. Her younger brother was involved in things they shouldn't be involved in, and he was also at risk of losing his life. So my mum obviously made the decision of sort of opportunity where she could help her younger brother and look for opportunities elsewhere to try and help me. Because obviously my dad left when I was 3 years old. Yeah. So I stayed back home with my grandma and my granddad. And it was at a point where obviously my mum was already out of the country, and that happens to a friend of mine. And she asked me a question what I wanted to do when I was an adult or when I grew up, and she wasn't happy with my answer.
What did you say?
Oh, you don't want to know. You don't want to know, but she literally wasn't happy. But she was like, nah, I need to get you out of the country. And thankfully she did. I was 10 years old when I moved to the UK.
Yeah.
And I couldn't thank her enough, really.
How scary was that move, coming from something that you were kind of becoming accustomed to in terms of potential crime and everything else, to a whole different kind of nation?
It was tough.
Like behaviours, everything that comes.
Yeah, it was tough because I came in December. I think it was in 2000.
Right.
Freezing. It was cold. And when I literally stepped a foot in London, it was snowing. Like, I've never seen snow in my life.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at it thinking, what is this? So in Colombia, obviously, we used to call snow when they're burning sugar canes and you get it at the black ashes.
Yeah.
Flying around and then dropping on the street. And we used to call that snow.
Okay.
So I'm seeing this white stuff on the floor, and I'm freezing.
Yeah.
Like, to that point, I never wore a jacket in my life. And then it's cold, but then the language.
Yeah.
And at the start was exciting because I've not seen my mum for how many years?
Yeah.
Seeing her older brother and the younger brother, and seeing the family that I've not seen in so long, it was very exciting.
Yep.
Then driving to the house, seeing everyone else and my uncle's kids that I've never met before.
Yep.
And it was all good until it settled in that I'm moving here for good.
This is life.
This is life now. So then I started asking questions about friends, about going. I couldn't go to a shop.
Yeah.
Colombia, doors open, shop, whatever you want, go get it, do what you got to do, speak the same language. And here, I couldn't go to the corner shop on my own. Everywhere I wanted to go, you had to get a bus. In Colombia, it's just walk or cycle there.
Yeah.
Or jump on the back of someone's motorbike and give me a lift. Here, I didn't know anyone. So then I'm losing, obviously, moving away from school, moving away from what I already knew in Colombia to the completely unknown.
Yeah.
And obviously we'll touch on that later on, but that's helped me a lot in my life because from a young age I've been thrown into the deep end, into the unknown stuff. What's going to happen? And I've been so fortunate enough to experience that at a young age. That has helped me now that I'm older. But it was very hard. No school, no football, different language, different weather, different environment, different culture. Something that I wasn't used to as a young child.
How did you adjust? I think you touched kind of off camera in terms of what your mum does for work or did for work at the time and things like that. Was life difficult because of the expense of London, I suppose?
Yeah, it was difficult. One, as well, obviously moving to the UK, one was hard. I might sound like an ungrateful kid, or maybe arrogant or ignorant here, but I'm moving from a place where I had my own room.
Yeah.
In Colombia, I had my own space, and moving to the UK, at this point I didn't know to what expense it was and how hard my mum had to work. So I'm just looking at it, thinking, I've moved from having my own space to now I'm staying in my uncle's house, where my uncle lives with his wife and 2 kids.
Yeah.
My mum sharing a room with one of my younger cousins,
Yeah.
because she couldn't afford to live anywhere else.
Nowhere else.
But then I'm here and I'm having to share a single bed with my mum as well.
Yep.
Even though I was still young, I was used to having my own space.
Yeah.
And it got to a point where I was saying, nah, mum, like, I want to go back home. It is too cold here. I ain't got my own space. I want to be able to do the things that I want to do. And obviously my mum broke down crying. Then she explained, I've been able to understand the thing from, like I said, from a young age, explain what she had to do and what she had to go through to be able to afford the ticket for me to fly to the UK, the amount of hours she had to work. And as soon as she explained all of that, and to the extent that sometimes she'll have to, when she didn't have a house and she wasn't living with her brothers at the time, she was having to stay in people's front gardens.
Yeah.
So when the lights shut down and it was cold,
yeah,
she was having to stay in people's front gardens and then waking up like homeless, basically.
Yeah.
And going to the hotel where she worked to have a shower and all those things. She started to explain that to me, and I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't have it so easy. Like, and you had to go through all of this for me to have the life that I had back in Colombia.
Yeah, absolutely.
All the things that I had, you had to go through all of this. And that's what I came on. I'll give this a go. I'm gonna give it a go. And can you find me a school?
Yeah.
And find me a football club. And she just done her very best to find me a football club, and then got me into a school. And the school she got me to was in Hackney, and we lived in Tottenham. So it was also a new experience.
Yeah.
I had to get like 3 buses to get to school. Like when I was in year 6,
right,
at primary school. So she showed me the way the first week, and that.
Yeah.
Asked for a week of work, and I was thinking, this is different. And then I started journey, started going to school, being responsible, and sort of like listening to how hard she worked, and I became appreciative of all the effort that she put in for me to be in that position. And I was just so grateful after she opened up and shared what she shared with me. Started school, and then she found me a football club, which was very helpful because she managed to find me a football club where they played Sunday league football, but it was, everyone was Latin American. So
right,
everyone spoke Spanish.
Perfect.
So she went above and beyond to make sure that I was comfortable.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't speak a word of English, so she even made sure that she found something where I felt comfortable.
Yep.
To express myself. And she found this club, and the first day we went there, I was too young to play for them.
Right.
And my mum was like vouching for me, saying, my son's good, give him a chance, he won't let you guys down, in Spanish.
Yeah.
And I'm just there sat in a corner, just sort of like
waiting,
and they said come again, and my mum kept on taking me, even though I wasn't registered to play for them.
Yeah.
Mum kept on taking me, and then one day, while their players didn't turn up, so the manager, the club was, I think they're still going, Universal Football Club in London, and the manager turned around and said, you've been saying your kid is good. These boys are a lot older, but because we're lacking players, so can you play? Mom asked me, I said, yes, play. And obviously I put on the kit. When we're on a pitch under someone else's name, people calling the kid's name, and I'm like, I don't know I wasn't even paying attention because I was like, my name's not that name. My name's Christian. And I done really well. That the manager said, no, you're now playing the rest of the season under that kid's name. And obviously getting into that routine of school football, that helped me settled in pretty well.
It is that kind of parent sacrifice that obviously we'll both understand, being kind of parents and things, but what they go through to get you to that sort of level as well, as you said, kind of looking in gardens and everything else. But for you to be happy, that's her main goal, isn't it?
Yeah, like you just touched on that as parent, obviously, now I know that feeling, being a parent myself.
Yeah.
Like, as long as my kids are happy, it made everything a lot easier.
Of course it does.
And for me, back then I was happy in Colombia, but then she made the decision to take me out of the country due to what I was surrounding myself with and what I told her, what I wanted to become. That's sort of freaked her out. So she got me out of the country when she could, and she worked hard for it. And then when she explained what she went through, I thought, okay, I need to get, and I was what? I can't remember how old I was. I think I just turned 10.
Yeah.
Still a kid.
Yeah.
But I was so mature beyond my age because of what my upbringing was like.
Yeah.
I was able to sort of process that and understand what she was saying. And I was like, okay, I'll give this a go. And then the whole journey began.
I think as well, just quickly like touching on that sort of going from Colombia, you've got your own space, your own room, everything else. Like my dad lives in Colombia just now.
Is it?
Yeah.
He must be loving it.
So he's really enjoying it. So he's kind of travelling the world essentially. He's in Colombia at the moment. But his gas, electricity and water bill for this month was £4.
It's cheap.
Which doesn't buy you lunch here. It doesn't buy you
cheap,
a meal deal. Like,
it's,
so going from that sort of kind of having your own space, everything else, to this, that is literally the context of it.
That's what I'm saying. And seeing everything, how she was living and how I was living and how I'm living, and I'm like, I can't even get, if I'm going to get changed, I need to get changed in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Before you wrap your towel, get in my room and pick what I want to wear. I have to take my clothes into the bathroom and all of that. So it was all getting used to. Obviously, like I said before, all this like might sound ignorant and might sound like, because obviously there's other kids around the world that probably in a worse position than the position I was in.
100%.
But obviously, I live by the thing that what's bad for you or what's good for you is different to everyone else, different experiences. And for me, that experience was very challenging to try to understand, but understood it after my mum literally sat down and explained to me what she had to do. And after seeing her breaking down, I thought, okay, I understand, so I'm going to give this a go.
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm so grateful she done that, and I'm so grateful I had the maturity at that age to say, okay, because I've now lived in the UK longer than I lived in Colombia. I have 23 years I've lived in the UK now.
Yeah.
And I've never been so as much as happy as I am now.
Yeah. Perfect. Let's go to Livingston. Obviously, as I said, we'll touch on your career kind of part 2. We're going to focus fully on Livingston today. How did the move come about? You obviously, you left kind of Port Vale. You said you were in talks with kind of both. What convinced you to come up?
I think so. Port Vale was a club where a lot of my journey in regards away from football began. Obviously, and we'll touch on it now. And I was at Port Vale. I moved to Port Vale based on family reasons, because my missus had followed me everywhere.
Yeah.
To Colombia with me, which we'll touch on, obviously, second part. Moved to Colombia, moved to London with me when I was facing everything that I was facing, dealing with, supported me through that. Then she moved to Bristol Rovers with me, and then it was the distance between her family and her.
Yep.
I thought, I need to move back, try and move up north a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was left Bristol Rovers, and Port Vale then rang me, and I spoke to them. I said, yeah, sound for them.
Yeah.
And then I played 4 years for them. But it was one day the head of media there, a guy who became really close with, called Max. He now works for Millwall. And in my time there, I was very open about my journey, the struggles I went through.
Yeah.
Which obviously, don't worry guys, you guys will know in the next part. But I was very open with my upbringing, the challenges that I faced when I was homeless, the mental health and suicidal thoughts and everything. I was very open. He could hear me talking to the boys about it because obviously everyone would see me, how happy I was and the things I had and how I was living my life. And when I sat down and spoke to them, wow, what the heck? We would have never guessed you went for something like that. So he heard me having all this conversation, and then World Mental Health Day was coming up. And he said, obviously, you're so open. We hear you talk to the boys about mental health. We see you give advice and you helping and all that. So would you be okay to speak in front of cameras?
Yeah.
And that would have been the first time I would have shared my story in front of a camera. I was comfortable talking to my family about it. I was comfortable talking to friends about it, talking to everyone about it.
Sharing it to the world.
But in terms of sharing it to the world,
Different.
it was different. And then he was like, he convinced me to do it. And in the end, I thought, you know what? In the end, no one really gives a fuck about me.
Yeah.
No one really gives a fuck about anyone because of what I went through. Who was there?
Yeah.
No one. So I only had myself to be able to get through what I went through. So you know what? I will share, and hopefully if it can help one person, perfect. And doing that then led to me doing a lot of the things I do away from football. And my mind was at Port Vale, settled. Yeah. 4 years down the line, Darryl Clark came. He was the manager who signed me for Bristol Rovers.
Yeah.
And I worked with him before. We got on really well. But due to an injury that I had at the time and what I was on, they wanted to offer me a new contract. But the conversations were just going backwards and forwards. And then my agent rings me, said I spoke to Livingston in Scotland. As soon as he said, I started watching Livingston. I started watching games, seeing who they were playing against, and started keeping track of them.
Yeah.
And then had a Zoom call with the gaffer, and the chat just went smoothly. And what he said to me, what I said to him, and how we got on. And that Zoom call, as soon as I got off that Zoom call, I just literally said to the miss, I said, listen, I don't know what you're doing, but I'm moving to Scotland. And she said, all right, cool. Let's go. And the experience, and then came up, obviously met the gaffer, met the facilities, saw the facilities, showed me around, and I liked it. And just like the vibe, the energy, like the place seemed pretty chilled. I'm a real chilled guy, and I'm very, as much as people see me that sometimes very angry in a pitch and that, but I'm very chilled, and I like to be out in nature. And that sort of also like gave me the itch to just move up here for a new experience, learn a new culture. And I like meeting new people as well. And I was out for the challenge. And then obviously went back to Port Vale, spoke to them, and I said, listen, I'm moving out to Scotland.
How does Davey sell the club? Because obviously the fans will see Davey on a Saturday where he's animated and passionate and everything else. Is he like that in that Zoom call?
No, you see, like the gaffer away from the 90 minutes he's up there, one of the best guys I've spoken to. Like, he's very understanding, very supportive. And 90 minutes is like you forget that football is people's lives, people's careers, and you know what the consequences are when you lose a game of football.
100%.
You're not playing grassroots football anymore. You're not playing academy football anymore. So there's a lot of stake on the line. So at the start, so that how you sold it to me was just how open, how honest he was with me, and how straightforward he was. And that's the sort of person I am. I like people just telling me things how it is. And why? Because of the upbringing I had and what I've seen and what I've been surrounding myself by. So I don't like being around the bush, and what he said and how we spoke and how we got on that Zoom call. That was enough for me. And then obviously fans and people, so even as players, new players or whatever, they will see how the gaffer is, but that's him. passionate. He wants to win games of football, and that's football. You want essentially you want to win.
Absolutely. He's obviously kind of in the brickwork at the football club now in terms of everything he does behind the scenes, and I think he actually built this, to be fair.
Yeah.
But have you ever come across a manager that walks about with a tool belt?
I've never come across a manager like the gaffer. Like, he's a man of all trade. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's impressive. You will see him building. Like, sometimes you'll be doing gym sessions. You're doing time around the club and you're seeing with tools and cables and whatnot, and I'm like, damn, what can this man not do? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then working with the guys who are work with them,
like the maintenance man.
He's there with them, trying to direct them and show them how things are done, and they're bouncing up on arm. I'm just looking and thinking, like, for real. But he does a lot for the club, and obviously he's been here a long time, and he's passionate about the football club and they're being good to one another.
Yeah,
I think.
Absolutely.
So for me, Livingston, obviously, we're now 4 and a bit years deep.
Yeah,
time goes quick when you're having fun.
Absolutely. Who did you kind of connect with most when you come up? Did you know anybody up here, or was it fully fresh?
I didn't know anyone. I knew obviously J. Emmanuel Thomas was played for the club because I played against him down in England, but the first person that got in touch with me was Nicky Devlin. As soon as obviously I got added into the group chat, and made me feel really welcome straight away. If I need any help when I move up, he'll be there to assist with anything I needed. So that was very helpful. But then as soon as I met all the other lads and I got a feel for the club with everyone inside of it, was like, yeah, I'm happy to be here because family orientated football club. Yeah, the fan base might not be huge, but they make you feel welcome. And I didn't have the best start to my life in Livingston due to different things that happened, whether that was setbacks through injuries or the way the gaffer wanted me to play and what I was used to playing. So it took a bit of me adjusting to the way things were in Scotland, but it was a challenge that I was prepared for. And now I'm happy that I stuck it out, and I'm happy to be here.
See, in terms of, obviously you've come up, you've seen the facilities, everything else, did the AstroTurf ever come into your mind?
Yeah. Obviously I was there thinking,
in terms of you've been down
to my body
and
and you're used to playing on grass pitches, and the only time you train on the AstroTurf was when it snowed and then the pitch was very unplayable. And games were called off, so you train on the Astro pitch just to get some work done. That was it, but not like to train every day and play on it as well. And I think obviously at the start, probably still now, I'm very good, but at the start I had
it's better now.
It's better now, like much better now. But yeah, I did think about it. What challenges was what that was going to have on me personally, or training aches or pains and injuries and whatnot. But once I got used to it, I was fine. And I actually liked it.
Do you think it benefits us as much as the outside world seems to?
That's what they think, man.
Because a lot of teams train on AstroTurf, even like inside domes or anything else. Most of it is AstroTurf based.
Yeah, a lot of people think they see like in football, it's our home ground, and I can understand because we're used to training on it. We're used to the bounce of the ball. We're used to
the run,
how the ball moves in the pitch. And obviously other teams are not used to that, so it could benefit you in a way. And what Noah has got your advantages to the home team like us, but at the end of the day, it's football.
Absolutely.
So,
like it. We're going to go into our kind of standard quick fires, and we'll see where we go. Then we've got a couple of little more Livingston bits to touch on. So, quick fires most likely to appear on Love Island within the current dressing room.
I don't know.
Sammy?
I would say Sammy Lorel, Sammy Lorel, just because of the way he is.
He's even cutting about that wee bag. And
it is. I think Sammy will be more for entertainment.
Yeah.
And how he is as a character. I think I will see him in it, and he'll probably be someone that would actually apply to go on it.
Funniest player in the dressing room at the moment?
In the dressing room at the moment,
Yeah.
for me, probably Sammy as well.
Going Sammy again?
Yeah, Sammy again. Sammy again. Sammy's just too dumb, man. But in a funny way.
Yeah.
But he's got such a good energy about him as well. But I think Sammy, he makes me laugh all the time, man.
Is it one of these ones where he doesn't know what he's doing, which is just funny?
Yeah,
just
yeah,
unintentionally funny.
Just looking at him and how he acts, how he carries himself around the place, and he's just such a happy guy. And sometimes I'm just sat there watching and wondering like what actually goes through his head. But he's such a funny, he's a lovely, lovely guy, man.
Most intelligent.
Most intelligent. I'm gonna go Robbie Muirhead.
Surprised.
That guy knows everything.
Really?
Yeah, everything. You can ask him anything.
Is he just one of these guys who's got a fountain of useless knowledge?
Listen, every time I'm hearing them talk and asking questions about whether that's football, whether that is music, anything, he knows. Even going back, even to years when the guy wasn't even born, he knows.
He's all over it.
Yeah, I'm giving it to Robert Muirhead. Obviously, you got a lot of intelligent guys in there.
Yeah,
you got the likes of obviously Daniel Wilson,
expenses like that. Yeah,
Shins, Shinny, Stuart May. Oh, even like someone like Smithy.
Yeah.
But I'm giving it Robbie Muirhead.
Robbie Muirhead.
I think he's intelligent. I think he's smart. I don't care what anyone says.
Don't mind it. Own it. Question 4. Best stadium to play at in Scotland?
In Scotland?
In Scotland.
Tynecastle. Yeah.
Good choice.
Tynecastle. I don't care what anyone says.
So tight. Hostile.
I just like it. Like you can smell the the atmosphere in that place. You can smell it. You can feel like anything. If they're playing good, if they're not playing good, anything. Even if the stadium is quiet, you can just feel the atmosphere. Like and to be fair, it's a nice stadium. Nice stadium, good pitch. I like how everything's on top of you as well. Like I like that stadium.
And we'll go with cheap meal.
Cheap meal.
Yeah.
Cheap meal.
You stopping for a Chinese on the way home after a Saturday victory?
You know what? Don Pollo.
Yeah.
Firecracker chicken. Yeah. I got introduced by, I think it was Stephen Johnson. Like one day he was like, do you fancy something? And obviously every time I'll be driving past that place, I used to wonder, what is it? Obviously it says Don Pollo, which is in Spanish, obviously, that is chicken.
Chicken, yeah.
And I'm like, but what is it? And one day he just introduced me to it, and I introduced a few of the boys into it, and more people.
You kind of regular hunt.
Yeah, I like it. The firecracker chicken's good.
Let's get back to the football stuff.
Yeah.
We also had a couple of very good years, and I show you when you did kind of move up. I'm going to touch on the relegation initially. How difficult was that?
You know what?
From an atmosphere perspective, for you, for the club, for everything.
It was painful, heartbreaking, and it was hard to take for various reasons, because that season, for me personally, I didn't feel like I contributed enough to the team because of the amount of setbacks that I had that year.
Yeah.
And collectively, I don't think we were great as well. Obviously, you saw the outcome. But personally for me, it was more about my personal pride and being injured. Not saying that me being fit would have kept the team up.
Yeah, but
I didn't contribute any. Like, I played a few games, but I don't feel like I contributed enough that season to the team when we had a lot of setbacks, and that was hard to take for myself. Even when we got relegated, and I went away to Canada to my sisters with the family, and And that's what all I kept on thinking about. Obviously, I trying to enjoy my time, but it was more about my season in all. How it went down for me and then the outcome the collective outcome, it didn't sit well with me.
Yeah.
Hence why I sort of wanted to stay at the club when we got relegated.
What was the kind of mood like in the dressing room and the kind of run up to it? Because it felt like it was going to happen for quite a while. Then we kind of clawed ourselves back into it a little bit, and there was a little bit of hope. Then we lost to Ross County away.
Yeah.
Kind of late defeat up there, and then that kind of felt like, right, okay, we're maybe relegated.
I see things differently until
it's mathematically
until
right.
It's done. Then, but for me, I still had a bit of hope and positivity. But obviously, within the change room, the energy wasn't great. It wasn't great, and obviously, players are coming out of contract as well. So, what people probably looking elsewhere, and
it's not full focus on the job almost.
Obviously, I'm not saying that, but obviously, when you're coming out of contract at a football club, and if there's not been any talks, I don't know where our players' minds are at, and obviously with the way results were going, it wasn't a good change room to be in. Yeah. It wasn't nice at all.
I think you touched on it at the start in terms of as people livelihoods, jobs, everything else. Like these guys have mortgages like everybody else, regardless of what they make. It's all kind of relevant. But do you think that kind of plays on minds like, I've got bills to pay? Like,
yeah, it's obviously it's a pressure. It's football, as enjoyable as it is, a very pressured sport.
Yeah.
Why? Because of what comes with it. You've got something that you've done nearly your whole life, and you've got other people's jobs on the line, like the backroom stuff and people behind the scenes. You are on that pitch to make sure you get the best result possible to try and bring success to the club.
Yeah.
And when things ain't going right, then people will start potentially questioning and asking questions and not believing themselves. You don't know. There's a lot of things that go into play, and you've got the pressure of your own family.
Yep.
What if we get relegated? What if you don't win this game of football? Am I going to be able to pay bills and whatnot? And then you start thinking about all this stuff, and that plays in players' minds. Because at the end of the day, people play full professionally, still humans.
Yeah.
And they've got a life away from the pitch.
Of course.
And like I said, it wasn't a nice place to be.
How difficult does that life become? Like, we'll say you as an example, but we've lost on Saturday, you're going home to your partner, your kids, maybe not quite the partner or dad that they're maybe used to or whatever. That then adds pressure on to you because you know you've maybe been a wee bit short or whatever that may be. That then falls into the following week. You can't quite get yourself going again. It's quite a vicious circle, isn't it?
I've been that person.
Yeah.
Until obviously we'll touch on it next part. But I've been that person. And it's not a good place to be because you're losing a game of football.
Yeah.
Where like no one goes out there to lose a game of football.
No, of course.
You go out there with the best mindset to try and get the best result possible, to play as well as you can, which is obviously not guaranteed, but to work as hard as you can. And when things don't happen as we want them to happen, you go home and then you're reliving and you're thinking about the games and you're overlooking how grateful you are to have a family. But because football is your job as well, your life and your hobby, your enjoyment, your happy place, as well as is your home. But if you have a bad day at home for whatever reason, sometimes that could affect your day wherever you go. And that was the same thing that happened with me, where I was having, if you have a bad result at football, you're going home thinking over and over again, well, you could have done better. This could have happened, or he should have passed it, or I should have passed it there, or I should have blocked that, or I should have done that differently. And then you got your kids wanting to play with you, and then you got your partner, you got your parents, and you're just literally, it's like you're there but you're not there.
Yeah.
Because you got all these sort of thoughts and ideas and reliving and thinking about the game and how it went down and what could have been better, and it affects your home life.
Yeah.
Until you're able to detach yourself from that. And thankfully I've been able to do that. to what's happened, good, not so good, or bad. Talk about it, go home and make sure that I enjoy my time with family. And then once that's done, then obviously go through the game and check a few things before I go to bed, and then that's it. Patch in and come back into work, and then we talk about it again. What could have been bad, and prepare for the week ahead, because the thing with football, you get a chance, you get another opportunity to put it right.
Yeah. Final question on the relegation. Was it good for Livingston?
Was it good? I think it was potentially the best thing that could have happened in hindsight.
Yep.
Yes. And it was a negative thing.
Yeah.
But sometimes you need negative things to happen in your life in order to see and appreciate certain moments and analyze things from a deeper level.
Yeah.
And you've got to be willing to look at things like that in order to have the bounce back that you know you can have. And as a team, look at the season. And I've said this, that season in Championship, I've had many good years when I've played football. But that last season was probably one of my best seasons of my career.
Yep.
In the Championship.
Perfect.
Scotland. Like, I was able to reach the 100 mark games for the club. I was able to play in a cup final and win it.
Yeah.
And even though we missed promotion, like during the normal season, but then going out the way we went up is just something I would live in the history and in the memories of all the players, because we showed the grit, the fight, the hunger, the belief to do it the way we done it. Having Ross County here, the way it happened, the way it went down, some people probably would have doubted us.
Yeah.
And I think probably everyone doubted us. But what we built and what we had was that belief that no matter what happened, we can go and achieve what we set out to achieve. And we proved, it's not even about proving people or doubted wrong.
Yep.
Yeah, we showed ourselves that we actually could do it.
Yeah.
And it was a perfect end to the year, to a season.
In that kind of promotion year, we've obviously went down. There's new energy in the dressing room. There's a high turnover of players, everything else. But there's a lot of big clubs down there in terms of, so ourselves would be chasing kind of Falkirk. We knew we were going to be semi-decent, which they were. You think kind of Partick will be in the route at Aird and Fairland. It's one of these ones where there was no clear winner from the start almost, wasn't there?
No,
I think the years before there's been Dundee United, so you think they'll go and win it. There's been Kilmarnock, right, they'll go and win it. There's been Rangers, Hibs, Hearts, they'll go and win it. But
that was the interesting part about last season, because you knew you had to be on your A game. Obviously, not that you're not on your A game every game, but you knew how interesting that league was.
Yeah.
Everyone could beat everyone.
Yeah.
Just make sure you're not the team that's getting beat all the time.
Yep.
And I think we didn't lose that many games last season, but we drew so many games.
Yeah.
But even though you're seeing how well the likes of Falkirk were doing,
yep.
And then even at the start, where I think it was A United,
yep.
they were flying.
They were flying as well. Yep.
And we didn't really focus too much on them.
Yep.
Yeah, the next game, we can do this, stay positive, lads. And the energy was special.
Yeah.
It was very good energy within the club, and we were in the changing room, training. Even no matter what happened, we went for that phase where we lost, I think it was 3 games in a bounce.
December into January.
We lost like 3 games in a bounce, and probably fans and everyone was doubting us and questioning if we were going to be able to do it, because we just lost 3 games in a bounce.
Some outside noise and stuff as well, because we were doing well before that.
And the outside noise is like, you get that all the time. You just got to learn how to shut them off. And
yep.
And as a team, collectively, we were able to do the last season, and we knew what we wanted. We believed we could achieve it.
Yeah.
And you went and done it, even when we were 2-0 down at Ross County. Not one player had their heads down. Not one player thought we couldn't do it.
Yep.
And obviously then Smithy comes over a moment of magic, and then, but even before they scored and before Smithy scored, we were the better team.
Yeah.
But we went 2-0 down. All right, lads, we've got this. Then half-time, team talk, how come it was, and the energy within the changing room.
Yep.
We knew we will go and get there, which is how we wanted.
I sat with the fans for the county away, kind of just bang next to them. and 2-0 down, there was a real kind of dejection almost. So, okay, we've done well, like we've got here, but just not quite made it. As soon as we got that goal back from Smithy, everything changed in the stadium, didn't it?
Yeah,
The whole energy changed. There was nervousness from them. We were kind of on the up, and
everything changed. But even like I said, like what you just said, like 2-0 down, and within the crowd and the fans who travelled all the way to Dingwall,
yeah,
they probably thought it was done.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care what anyone tells me, but I know deep down they would have thought, you know what?
Yeah.
It's done. But within the staff and the players, we weren't done.
Yeah.
And that wasn't the energy on the pitch when I was playing. And how I felt, you, as a player, you can sense it, you can feel it when,
yeah, of course,
when players or myself or anything, like, it's not going our way, we're not going to do it now. None of that. Like, none of that was felt like 2-0 down, cool. And we spoke about even now with the boys before the game. No matter what happens today, we're going to win this game.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to go back down the road with the win and achieving what we set out to achieve.
What's the kind of message and things at half time? Is it kind of almost player driven of just sheer positivity and we'll just go and do it?
Gaffer was so calm, positive. The boys were calm, positive, and because we knew Ross County, the run they've been on, and they had not won in so long and whatnot. So we knew after like Smith had scored and we went at half time, the message was just to keep doing what we were doing. Don't feel sorry for ourselves. We're playing well.
Yeah. 2
goals came on a run of play, and one was a mistake, unfortunately.
Yep.
But there was no sort of negative or energy. There was no. Obviously, people probably would have thought that the gaffer would have gone in and bollocked us and shouted at us and that. No, it was nothing like that. It was just so calm.
Just shows what he's got about him as well, because that outside perception again is he's going to go in there and go off, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'm guessing probably everyone would have thought that.
Yeah.
But nah, he just came in and positive because he was there.
Yeah.
And he saw how we were playing.
Yeah.
2 goals that we gave away, yeah. Mistakes happen in football, mistakes happen in life. And unfortunately, we were in the receiving end of those 2 mistakes that we got punished. But we knew we could come out the other side and at the right end of the result if we kept on doing what we were doing.
We get one back relatively quickly as well through Danny Wilson after Muirhead's free kick. Yeah. And then the Muirhead magic of the kind of bend into the top corner. Yeah. What's your thought of that sort of?
What?
I think, to be fair, just before that, I've got a wee bit of OCD, so I watched that video back before every game. This is our moment where it's just the highlights of Ross County. Yeah. And I think when Wilson scores, you're just about in the crowd.
Ah, mate. And then when
Muirhead whips on in.
When Robbie scored, because he crossed it first.
Yeah, because
he crossed it towards me and they cleared it and it goes back to him and he scored. I think me and Gausa just limbs everywhere, like towards where the crowd went. We were just going like that, like madmen. But just the feeling of like, we knew and we believed we could do this, but it was just in the way it happened. Playoffs. Obviously, everyone wants to win the league, and it's good to win the league, but the way we done it, 2-0 down, Smithy magic. Yeah. Danny Wilson then that gets on a rebound of a free kick. Then Robbie Muirhead puts in an absolute wonder goal.
Yeah.
And then Tay just literally...
Life stood still for a few seconds, didn't it?
Literally just run through that defender as if he wasn't there and then just slapped in the top corner. And then just seeing the players that were on the bench, the players that just come off, the players that didn't get on, and seeing the whole stand just on the pitch. And it was just special, man. So special.
I'd say it was a really good season. Obviously, we had that, but we had the perfect cup final as well in terms of the Challenge Cup. It's obviously very nice to win a cup final, but to win it the way we did, winning 5-0, couldn't have asked for any more.
That cup final, that was my first ever cup final that I've played in my career.
Were you nervous?
I was only nervous because of my kids.
Right.
Not because of the
game or anything else.
But it was more because of...
We'd struggled against Queens before that as well.
Yeah.
In the league, we hadn't beat them, I don't think.
Nah, they were like a bogey team.
Yeah.
in regards of like how everything went.
Yeah.
But that cup final, I wasn't nervous in regards of the occasion, or even though it was my first cup final ever, I was more nervous because of the pressure Nico put on me before I left to the game.
Yeah.
Because obviously at home we've got a picture where when I've just been promoted with Bristol Rovers, and we've got Christian, my oldest son.
Yeah.
And there's Joe, partner, and it's me. We've got this big picture in the house where we're on the pitch and Nico was still in the belly. Like you can clearly see that Joe was pregnant, and we had to literally pull his picture away because every time he was seeing, he would have, well, where am I?
Yeah.
Why am I not there? And we're trying to explain to him, like, you're in mommy's belly. Like, you're there, look. No, but I'm not there. So as soon as he found out he was going to be able to potentially experience something similar to what his brother experienced,
yeah,
the first thing he said, make sure you guys win. You better win. And I was like, okay, that it's not a given, but I'll make sure that Daddy does his best to help the team hopefully win the game of football. So my pressure was more, I hope I can give my son this experience that he's been wanting.
Yeah.
And that was the pressure that I had. There wasn't no pressure in regards of like the actual game itself, the cup final. It was more I wanted selfishly give my son, probably similar to what the other boys that probably maybe not had that experience in the cup final or winning something like that. Wanted to give my son that experience, and him pressing me that he wanted us to win it, that he wanted to be on the pitch after the game, receiving a medal and being able to lift the trophy and hold the trophy. I was just thinking, how you will win this game.
Does that come in your head during it? That kind of motivation almost of...
Yeah, before the game.
So
I normally obviously do what we got to do, and I'll do a few sprints.
Yeah.
And I'm more focused about the game, but this time I was thinking, hope after the game...
And you get that picture on the wall.
we win this game of football. I hope after the game we're on the right end of the result.
Yeah.
I hope that I'm on my A game. I hope the lads are on it as well. There's no pressure, and just don't play the occasion. Just enjoy and embrace this opportunity to actually do something that you've never been able to do before. And that was literally my message to myself, and I was just thinking about it. And then as soon as Muirhead scored that Weldy again.
Yeah, on the spin.
We have to call him Robbie Weldy Muirhead.
I know.
So he scored that goal, and I was like, yes, what a great start.
Yeah.
And then the goal started.
Mazo just before half time,
and then like the link up play between Mazo, I think, was Peso. And
yeah.
who did a link up with?
Was it Boobsy?
Probably Boobsy again.
Yeah.
And that goal's gone in, and then you're seeing Tete.
Yeah.
Then scores, and then who scored the fourth one? Sheeny then scored. And then
Jamie Brandon cleared one into the top corner.
And I was thinking, wow, what a performance. And
just couldn't have been any better on the day.
Great performance.
3,500 fans.
It was special. It was special. And obviously, like I said, like last season was just a special season for the club, for the players that were involved. For me personally, the best season I've had in my footballing career. Like, it was just top.
The commentator drove home with the trophy as well.
Did he?
I had the trophy in the car.
You have to check. You have to go in the house.
What happened?
I ended up coming back here.
Yeah, we came back here.
Yeah,
so
obviously
good celebrations kind of in the stadium and stuff. But I think the media team wanted some pictures of the trophy and things like that. And I was standing holding it, and everybody had left. I was like,
and
have I got this?
That's what I'm saying. And
but then got out the car kind of at the stadium and things, and there's lots of kids running towards me. Can we get pictures? Can we get this? Can we get that? I was like...
And that's a special part, but I think that's a special thing about this club.
Of course.
Like how you can let others experience that as well.
Yep.
Get a picture, and then when they grow out, they can say, look, I was there.
Yeah.
I've held the trophy. So I experienced that. And after the game, I was able to have my kid on a picture with me, and some of his school friends went to the game, and I got them on a picture with me as well.
Brilliant.
Get a picture of them, playing with my son, and giving experiences to all the other kids as well, rather than just my my own.
Yeah.
Which is pretty nice and pretty cool.
Obviously, that season does lead to promotion, as we kind of touched on there. What's the high turnover again in terms of kind of players in, players out, everything else? What's the dressing room like kind of pre-season heading into the Premier League?
Still positive, high energy, just on the back of a promotion season. And it's always good when we got to go away.
Went to Holland,
and meeting all the new players, even though we've played against them before and you know them from playing against them.
Yeah.
But it was just meeting the person.
Yeah. Kind of being in their company day in, day out
what
for a week.
like, and building those connections and relationships. And it was good. Like the start of pre-season was good. I think so far, obviously, we might not have had the results we wanted of losing to, I think it was 3 times to that late goals. But the energy is still high. It's a long season.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we have been playing well, some really good football. So, and as long as we keep doing that, I think things will turn.
Any stories from Holland?
From Holland?
Yeah.
Used to have a lot of running. and it always that little running reminded me of when I was back in Colombia. Cycling everywhere. Cycling to training, cycling to games.
Hoping a motorbike goes past so you can get a lift.
Oh, so you can just hang on to them. Hang on to them, man. That's what I used to do in Colombia. But I loved it.
Yeah.
I literally loved it. As soon as we got back, I was cycling from home to training.
Really?
I was saying I was missing that sort of travel, like traveling to training, getting your boots on, and I went for a phase after Holland where I was literally cycling from home to training.
Who did you room with over there?
Who would you think?
Sammy?
No, I would have sent him flying out the window. Man. Nah, Pitsy. You know, Pitsy really close. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Pitts, man.
How quiet is he behind the scenes?
He's not.
He's not.
Nah, I get on really well with Pitts.
Yeah.
The gaff and everyone finds it very strange.
Yeah.
They're like, how can you, who's out there outgoing and talk a lot, get on with Pitts? I'm like, because we talk.
Yeah.
We actually get on and we have meaningful conversation and we actually get on really well.
Yep.
And I can't believe it. And like, see, you get people that when they feel comfortable, they talk. Yeah. And you open up and you share what you want to share. And me and Pitsy have going on well. I think we've been on holiday like twice.
Yeah.
Together. Near enough, yeah, twice.
How surprised were you when you seen a bald Scott Pittman?
What, listen. So I was before we went Turkey after the promotion. We went Turkey and then we were flying out same time, we're on the same plane.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to him the day before and he goes, I've just shaved. And honestly, I'm thinking, why is he telling me that he just had a shave?
Exactly. You're thinking.
I'm thinking like, why this guy just messaging me randomly? Like, I've just shaved. I think I asked him, what are you up to? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Because I was doing something. And he said, no, I've just shaved. So I'm just thinking, I literally looked at my phone thinking, I've just shaved. Like, what is he talking about? I've just shaved his beard or his
body for going on holiday.
Like, I'm like, he goes, I said, what do you mean, bro? And they sent me a picture. I was like, holy crap. Look at that bald head. But you know what?
We thought he was in for the transplant, going to Turkey.
Yeah, but you know what? Everyone thought that.
Yeah.
Everyone literally, because then obviously we met Michael Nottingham in Turkey. So he was out there and I posted one video. We were doing a gym session and a couple of the boys messaged me saying, did Pitts go there to get his hair done? But I seen it and I was like, you know what, you mean business this season, like, and it suits him.
It does.
I told him straight away that it suits you much better when you had hair.
Yeah. It was time to go, wasn't it?
Yeah, time. Because he was going.
It was going.
He was going.
It was thinning.
Like, he was getting thin. But it suits him. But I love Pitts, man. Like, love the guy, man.
Nice guy, nice family, everything.
Yeah, like, they're very good family. Like, get on with all the boys and that. But away from the club, I click really well with Pitts. I've done so for the last, I think, like 3 years.
Yeah.
taking the kids out to play and doing things together, and every now and then we play Fortnite.
Nice. And final bit in Livingston. When can we see you back on the pitch?
When? Hopefully.
We've had a bounce game down south, kind of.
Yeah, so they will
got some good minutes down there.
Played on, I think it was Wednesday against Sunderland.
Yep.
I felt good. I've been training now, so obviously I'm back training with the boys. It's just down to me because the squad is massive.
Yeah.
And there's no given right for me to walk straight back into the team. And I understand that, very aware of that. So I'm just making sure that I focus and work hard in training. Hopefully the gaffer and the coaching staff can see that I can be included again. But I need to keep my head down and work hard and my spot in the team, whether that's on the bench or on the starting 11. But I know I've missed quite a few games. I'm not deluded to think that as soon as I'm fit, I'll walk back straight into the squad, because like I said, the squad is huge. So it's just about working hard the rest of this week, and hopefully that can make the squad for Hibs.
Nice. Like it. Let's go to champion mindset. We'll cover this in part 1. Obviously you're repping it wonderfully now. How did that come about? In terms of your kind of brand and ideas.
How did that come about? I will touch on obviously around the edges of it, but obviously the next time we'll
go into more depth in episode 2.
Yeah, into more details. It came about on the back of my own challenges and my own struggles and my own mental health problems and my own suicidal thoughts that I had. And I wanted to feel proud of myself. I wanted to be able to embrace everything that I was going through at the time. Whether it was very bad, I don't wish it on anyone, but it's something I'm grateful and thankful that I experienced, because I was able to change my way of thinking. And it was just something I wanted to wear, something that came from like challenges, something that represented a journey, not my journey, not a brand journey, not jumping on a trend. It was more, I wanted to bring clothing out that individuals would embrace who they are.
Can I relate to and everything?
Can relate to it. Obviously my story's behind it.
Yep.
And my challenges are behind it, but it's more to show people that no matter what you go through, you can be proud of yourself.
Yeah.
And no matter how deep, how low you are, you've got your own champion mindset within you to overcome whatever you've got in front of you. And all the challenges that I faced, all the pain that I went through, motivated me. After I overcame everything, obviously, motivated me to bring something that I was proud of. And by doing so, I wanted you, Spud, who's right over there just staring at the screen, if they wear it, to be proud of.
Yeah.
It's not about, I'm wearing this brand, or I'm wearing, look at what I'm wearing, or when you see someone on the street and they're wearing like a Nike hoodie or whatever. Once we keep going, like we're doing really well with it, once it keeps growing, once they see it and they understand, they're gonna go, you know what? See Connor, I know him, and you're wearing like champion mindset.
That's champion mindset.
He's part of his journey.
Yeah.
He's someone who has been through a lot of challenges, and he's come out the other side, or he's going through something and he's not letting what he's going through stop him from moving forward in life. And that's sort of the message. I want people to just be proud of themselves. And obviously I try and focus on the comfort, make it stylish as I can do,
of course.
Comfortable. And through that, we help mental health charities as well. We donate a percentage of profit to self-funded charities. Recently, we just done like a kids design competition, and with the team, we're able to bring their designs alive. And the kid who won their competition would bring in a collection for that kid, and he's got a kid's name on the woven labels as well, designed by that kid. And from that, I think it was on Sunday, we donated 50% already of the profits to the kids, children's mental health charity called Place to Be. So it's more about the individual. It's not about me. It's not about the brand itself. It's you. You are the brand. You are your own brand. And there's a team behind it. It's not just myself. Obviously, you got the likes of Dan Reed Brown, who helps with me designing the ideas, and people up here has helped us a lot. Like, you got Spud, who's helped me with shoots and whatnot. You got Michael, who's helped with
the photography
as well. You've got the likes of, obviously, Dion Brown recently that helped as well. You've got some of the Rachel Walkinshaw, for example. You got 2 more people helping, and we're building. Now we've got a guy called Callum Pollen, who became really close with as well, to design a running collection, so CM Performance as well.
Yep.
So we're trying to expand, branch, and the more people we see wearing it, it's not you putting money in my pocket or the company's pocket, is you putting yourself in a place where you're proud of your journey, and you know your money's going to a
good cause,
cause as well, and to keep recreating stuff and bringing stuff out. And hopefully you will see Champion Mindset somewhere around the club scene as well. After speaking to, like I said, to Andrew about a design who Dave Black put me in touch with as well, and how we can do something together. Because for me, it's all about helping the individual, you helping yourself.
Yeah.
For me, it's about helping me. How can I be better than yesterday? And when I wear something, at least the message behind it, it motivates me. And it allows me, especially because it's something I started. So yeah, I have to live by the message. And my message is, you feel what you feel. Be proud of yourself. No matter if one day you feel strong, one day you feel tired. Some days I feel strong, some days I feel tired. Some days I don't want to get out of bed. And that's okay.
Yeah.
You have to be understanding and aware of how quick things can happen. But you got to be aware that how important you are to make those things happen.
Yeah.
And if you're constantly moving, you're not actually self-reflecting and understanding your feelings and your emotions, you can struggle and you find yourself in a deep hole, like I did back in the days. And now, Champion Minds is about you, not me, not the brand. It's about you being proud of who you are.
Powerful message. Good way to finish.
Amen.
Like it. This has been part 1 of Cristian Montaño on Down the Vale. I'd say part 2 will be everything Chris career-wise, in terms of kind of Carlos Tevez, Javier Mascherano's, Paulo Di Canio's, and a lot more. So make sure we tune in. Chris, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.